गुड मॉर्निंग डैलस, गुड इवनिंग इंडिया, गुड इवनिंग हमारे बेंगलुरु बोलते हुए आज दिसंबर 17 2023 आप सबको स्वागत करता हूँ। आपका दोस्त, आपका होस्ट, आपका आरजे राजीव कुलकर्णी फिर एक बार भारत अन्वेषण में आपका स्वागत है। आज एक हमारे बीच बहुत ही स्पेशल गेस्ट है जो आपने ऑलरेडी कुछ अंदाजा तो लगाया होगा कि कौन है और एंड हु इज़ ही एंड व्हाट डज ही डू एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, क्योंकि हम लोग हमेशा हर हफ्ते जो है एक पोस्टर बनाते हैं, उसके बाद यूट्यूब लिंक में भी उनके बारे में डिटेल डालते हैं। तो अगर आपने नहीं देखा हो तो डेफिनेटली अभी आप पता करेंगे, क्योंकि हमारे शो जैसे ही आप शुरू होएगा गेस्ट के साथ, उनके साथ बातचीत होएगी तो डेफिनेटली आपको पता चली जाए कि कौन है गेस्ट और वो क्या करते हैं और स्पेशलिटी क्या है उनके बारे में एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा। तो चलिए, आज दिसंबर 17 का दिन है। ऑलरेडी ईयर ख़त्म हो रहा है, साल ख़त्म होने वाला है। अनदर 14 डेज लेफ्ट टू फिनिश 2023। कैसे गया पता नहीं चला। तो आपने सोचा तो होएगा कि भाई 2023 में मैंने क्या क्या हासिल किया है, व्हाट डिड आई डू इन 2023। अगर नहीं किया है, अभी तक नहीं सोचा है, तो डेफिनेटली आपके पास 14 डेज अभी बचा है। तो दोज 14 डेज यू कैन टेक एंड राइट इट डाउन दैट व्हाट यू accomplished in 2023 and what were the good things and what were the not so good things or the negative things that happened to you in 2023। चलिए, उसके बारे में सोचते रहिएगा। लेकिन हर इतवार को जो हम शुरू करने के पहले भगवान को याद करके ये कार्यक्रम शुरू करते हैं। चलिए, आज भी भगवान को याद करते हैं, फिर ये कार्यक्रम शुरू करते हैं।
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि।
गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुकाय गानमत्ताय गानोत्सुकमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्थायिने गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रवराय गुरवे गुणगुरवे गुरुदैत्यकलक्षेत्रे गुरुधर्म सदाराध्याय गुरुपुत्र परित्रात्रे गुरु गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि गूढगुल्फाय गन्धमत्ताय गोजयप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि सर्वराजाय गन्धाय सर्वगानश्रवणप्रणयिने
गाढानुरागाय ग्रन्थाय गीताय ग्रन्थार्थतत्त्वविदे
गुणवते गणपतये
नमस्कार सभी दर्शकों को राजीव कुलकर्णी का प्यार भरा स्वागत करते आपको भारत अन्वेषण में फिर एक बार। आज का दिन है दिसंबर 17, 2023। जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि 14 दिन रह गए हैं 2023 ख़त्म होने में। चलिए, हर इतवार को जो है हम गणेश जी को याद करके ये कार्यक्रम शुरू करते हैं। आज भी हम गणेश जी को याद करके ये शुरू कर रहे हैं। तो आपको पता तो चल गया है कि कौन है हमारे बीच में, कौन गेस्ट है, लेकिन उनके बारे में बोलने से पहले एक सबसे पहले जो है आप सबको थैंक यू बोलना चाहता हूं, क्योंकि हर इतवार को जो है आप 1 घंटा हमारे साथ बिताते हैं, ये कार्यक्रम देखते हैं। जहां पर भी है आप बैठ के ये कार्यक्रम देखते हैं तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है, क्योंकि नॉट ओनली टू अस ऑल्सो टू द गेस्ट, क्योंकि मोर द मेरियर जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि भाई गेस्ट को भी अच्छा लगता है कि भाई बहुत सारे लोग अगर व्यूअर्स है तो उनको अच्छा लगता है कि भाई चलो इतने सब्सक्राइबर्स है, सब्सक्राइबर्स ज़्यादा है तो व्यूअर्स ज़्यादा है, तो व्यूअर्स ज़्यादा है तो उनका भी मोरल बूस्ट होता रहता है। तो सबसे पहले तो आपको थैंक यू। उसके बाद में जो आज हमारे गेस्ट को इंट्रोड्यूस किया है पूर्वी मिश्रा जी, जो हमारे साथ भारत अन्वेषण के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, उनको बहुत बहुत थैंक यू बोलना चाहता हूँ। एंड देन डेफिनेटली हमारे संदीप सदानंदप्पा जो हमारे टेक्निकल गुरु जी है, जो बेंगलुरु में बैठे हैं, तो उनको थैंक यू बोलना चाहता हूँ। हर बार जो है वो कुछ ना कुछ नया चीज़ लेके आते रहते हैं और नया चीज़ बनाते रहते हैं। तो वो जब रहते हैं तो मुझे तो बहुत ही आसान हो जाता है काम करना, क्योंकि ही कंट्रोल्स एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम द बैक एंड। थैंक यू संदीप वंस अगेन। एंड अगर आपको बेंगलुरु में कोई भी अगर इवेंट जब आप कर रहे हैं तो अगर A&V का, दैट इज़ ऑडियो एंड वीडियो या विजुअल्स का अगर ज़रूरत है तो A&V पर्सपेक्टिव को कांटेक्ट करिए या हमको पूछिए और हम संदीप जी का नंबर आपको दे देंगे। तो ये कहता हुआ तो एक छोटा सा हम लोग एक वीडियो क्लिपिंग देखते हैं, तो उसके बाद में हम गेस्ट का इंट्रोड्यूस कराएंगे।
अपना ये सोच से आनी, पहले स्वयं बचाए पानी। अपना ये सोच से आनी, पहले स्वयं बचाए पानी।
हाथ जोड़ फिर सबसे बोले बोले,
थोड़ा आप बचाएं पानी, अपनाएं ये सोच सयानी। थोड़ा आप बचाएं पानी, अपनाएं ये सोच सयानी।
ये कहते पानी के ज्ञानी, तब कम होगी परेशानी।
हो नदियों से तालाबों से जब
अब नहीं होगी छेड़खानी।
जब एक बूंद ना व्यर्थ बहेगी सब प्यासों को मिलेगा पानी।
अपनाए ये सोच सयानी पहले स्वयं बचाए पानी। अपनाए ये सोच सयानी पहले स्वयं बचाए पानी।
हाथ मुंह धोने में हम सब जरूरत जितना ही ले जल।
बीच बीच में करना सीखे बंद उसे जो खुला हो नल।
छोटी छोटी आदत डाले सच में जिनसे बचे है पानी।
अपनाए ये सोच सयानी पहले स्वयं बचाए पानी। अपनाए ये सोच सयानी पहले स्वयं बचाए पानी।
अगर नहीं बचाया अब ये जल तो बड़ा भयानक होगा कल।
विश्व युद्ध का कारण अब की बार नहीं बन जाए जल।
आओ प्रेम से जीते उनका दिल जो नहीं बचाते पानी।
अपनाए ये सोच सयानी पहले स्वयं बचाए पानी। अपनाए ये सोच सयानी पहले स्वयं बचाए पानी।
बारिश में जो गिरता पानी करे इकट्ठा मन में ठानी।
घर घर में हर गांव शहर में लानी ही ये सोच सयानी।
तभी तो अपनी धरती माता कहलाएगी ग्रहों की रानी।
अपनाए ये सोच सयानी पहले स्वयं बचाए पानी। 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 अपनाए ये सोच सयानी पहले स्वयं बचाए पानी।
अपनाए ये सोच सयानी पहले स्वयं बचाए पानी।
ब्यूटीफुल ब्यूटीफुल। इट्स अबाउट वाटर। जैसे कि आपने देखा, जल है तो कल है। दिस इज अ स्लोगन क्रिएटेड बाय ए मुंबई ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल कॉल्ड सोच सयानी। चलिए आज हमारे गेस्ट का इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं। ही इज एन एक्सपीरियंस साइंटिस्ट विद अ डेमोन्स्ट्रेटेड हिस्ट्री ऑफ वर्किंग इन द रिसर्च डेवलपमेंट एंड इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, स्ट्रॉन्ग रिसर्च प्रोफेशनल स्किल्ड इन मैनेजमेंट एंड ऑल्सो वाटर रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट, जिसका आज हमारा जिक्र है, जिसका आज हम बातें करने वाले हैं, वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग, दैट इज और रेन हार्वेस्टिंग, जो इसके बारे में जो हमारा टॉपिक है। इनको लोग रेन कैचर भी बोलते हैं। तो एंड ही कम्स फ्रॉम बेंगलोर, इसलिए मैंने आज शुरू में गुड इवनिंग बेंगलुरु बोला, and that is the reason I said Bangalore. चलिए वेलकम मिस्टर AR शिवकुमार। ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಸರ್?
ಗುಡ್, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
So I thought at least I will start with the Kannada to you, that since you come from Bangalore, so I thought, even though Bharat Anveshan is a Hindi channel, तो ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಸರ್?
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
Very good, very
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್
good,
ಯು,
very good.
ಸಂತೋಷ.
Thank you so much for coming to our show and spending a good 1 hour with us, because it's very important that we bring people like you to make little difference to the society. The reason I say little difference is, in Kannada we say ಹನಿಗುಡಿದರೆ ಹಳ್ಳ ಅಂತೇಳಿ, that is drops makes you, like a ocean or a river or a pond or whatever, right? So a few people watch this program and understand that what you did for all these years and what you have been doing, and what you're trying to do, and help the people or help yourself or help your surroundings, and which can make little impact on the society, and how they can conserve, how they can preserve the water that comes from the rain. and use it for your daily purpose. तो लोगों को ये बताऊं कि ए आर शिव कुमार जी जो है वो इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ साइंस से ग्रेजुएटेड साइंटिस्ट मैं बोल सकता हूँ, एंड ही कंटिन्यूज टू वर्क, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग सर, and if you're continuing there still, and but before I say a lot of things about you, I would like you to say that first of all, originally what part of the country you come from, and then which place you are now settled, if you can tell it to our viewers.
Namaskar. I'm happy to be on this show, and then I congratulate each one of you, and I'm certain that each one of you will become water warriors, and every drop counts. And you have definitely come here to see at least can we do something to this world and to conserve water, save water, and the future generation will start respecting. Why I said future is the respect for water has really gone. With that background, let us see that what we can do and how far we have walked. I come from a village in the southern India, Karnataka, Tumkur district, and the village name is Ammanagatta, a remote village. My primary education was in that village. After that, we moved to different towns and various places. My father was in government service. I did my engineering from Mysore University, mechanical engineering. Then I studied in Bharati Bhavan, Indian Institute of Science, and yeah, not various places. This is my background. But I started working on various fields of renewable energy, starting with wood burning stores, high efficiency wood burning stores, so that the rural masses across the country will save a lot of firewood and also improve their health. Because this particular stove, which was developed at our Indian Institute of Science, made a lot of difference. The firewood consumption was less than 50%, and no smoke inside the kitchen. And the health of the women and the people who are in that house started improving, and the environment also started improving. Millions of trees otherwise would have cut. It has come to either stop or reduced. This became a big hit, and I was part of that big campaign where it was called Astra Ole. Ole means chula. That's
Chula, yeah.
chula and the stove and in situ construction. We trained all the rural women, the masons, everyone to build their own stove. It's a scientifically developed high efficiency stove. Then I moved on to solar energy, where in the initial period of solar energy in India, we had a program from Government of India to promote and also to encourage. I did both promotion activity as well as a lot of research to see that how in Indian context we can have solar water heaters using different materials, and how we can incorporate that to our buildings.
Excellent.
For getting hot water, because hot water requirement it needs a very low grade energy, whereas we were using the very high grade energy. Electricity is the highest level of energy, whereas water heating is the lowest level of energy. Unfortunately, we are using the highest and one of the most costliest energy to the lowest level of this one. Like this, my journey started, and then I moved on to various technologies like biogas, windmills, wind energy, and rural industries. Then I worked in international energy initiative to see that a larger sector of energy conservation, energy promotion for renewable energy and non-conventional energy becomes part and parcel of every planning process. And we did something like villages become totally independent of outside energy source, and how they can also have water. Such kind of initiatives which we took, and then we demonstrated in 10 villages of Karnataka. No outside energy is required, but we have self-sufficient energy from the biogas, the dung which gets collected. Such kind of initiatives which we took. And then in the last 2 decades, I worked on water. Water had become...
Sir,
yes.
before that,
Yeah.
on a lighter note, I think you should have had Dashawataram to you know to get each segment to manage, like you shouldn't be leaving there, like that, right? So because you got into solar, you got into this energy
Renewable energy.
conversion and
Yeah.
so and so forth. Now you're getting into water. I know that you graduated from IISc and then you continued as a scientist, and now how come this interest of water harvest got into you?
You see, when I studied the entire scenario of our need, daily need, for example, Rajiv,
Correct.
in your house, you have a lot of needs for you. You
Right.
see, finally, what are we working for? Working for our comfort and
Correct.
to see that around us, whatever the nature or the gift of nature, what we have,
Right.
is impact. That gives more satisfaction, and then there is a sustainable living. So this all combined. So we need an ecosystem to support that. Then I
Correct.
started looking into the needs of a person because I was working on solar energy and solar water heaters on the rooftop. I found that the people started looking that as a separate gadget maintained by somebody else. So all these things, unless you own it, you will not respect that, and you will not
Mm,
feel the inside out technology or how we to use and what are the impact on the nature and all that. Then I started studying what is one of the basic need for us for the survival, whether it's a human being or whether it's
sure.
animals or whatever, the crops and all that. Being coming from the village background, I know how difficult it is to get water because in my childhood, we used to draw water from in my village. There were three wells,
Yeah.
two wells inside the well which were hard water. We used to call as upnir,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the one sweet water is nearly a kilometer away for drinking purpose. Myself and my sister, we used to get water before going to school. And for the entire house, we just need around 8 to 10 pots of water, a pitcher of water. That's
Correct.
all. Nobody taught us conservation and all that.
Yes.
We went and brought. That's the limit. Beyond that, neither we had the strength to go back and then not time or something. And we used
Yeah.
to limit like that. Then
Yeah.
I started looking the changes what has happened. These wells
Mm,
started drying up. Then the bore wells came. The bore wells of morning till evening, early morning at 5 o'clock, people used to go and press the tank pump. There was an era where they used to queue up with color, different colored plastic pots used to line up, and they used to get from that bore well. Then
mm,
started coming up with deep bore wells with pumps and all that. Then I moved on to Bangalore. There also, almost every house, every home, every site had one boiler.
yeah.
And the Kaveri water, which was coming into Bangalore, the distribution system was so stressed, difficult to fulfill everyone's need. And in my own house where I was living, my sister's house, we felt that there is such a problem. And
Mm,
life used to depend on the water availability. And every time we used to think whether we have water for the tomorrow or how do we manage water with whatever we have in our tank. Such kind of situation came. Then I started working on the research, as you rightly asked. I said that, look, all our needs can be met by nature.
mm,
Nature has all the gift. Gali, Bedaku, Niru, everything. It's a Varadana anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. That's a gift
correct.
of nature, gift of God. Like you
Correct.
have solar water heater to give heat. Light we have, the natural lighting system. Air, plenty of good air we have. And why not the water which is coming right on our rooftop
That is true.
around us? That's rainwater. Then I started looking into the background of water. Every water on this world is the product of rainwater. The water cycle, how much soever you pollute or whatever you do with the water, it has to go up as the purest form of water, leaving all the contaminants here on the ground and go up as cloud, comes back as the purest form of water. There is no other water which is purer than rainwater. So that water, without paying any fee or any bill or any tax, it right comes to you. And India is so fortunate, blessed with so much. We have good monsoon.
Mm,
In many countries, that phenomena of monsoon is not there. Here we have the monsoon, like a timetable, each of this season is marked. This month we are going to get so much of water,
Yeah.
so much of rainfall. So in this year full, we have plenty of rainfall, which is coming in different intensities. I started working on the historic data of Bangalore. To my surprise, I found out in the plot where I was living, we used to get 230,000 liters of water in a year, and it's the purest form of water. Whereas against
Wow.
our requirement of only 1.5 lakh to 1.8 lakh liters. Then
Wow.
you see, if you see the water balance, we have more water which is coming in the purest form as rain in our own plot, and we have less requirement, which is 1.5 lakh liters or 1.8 lakh liters for the entire family, and we are struggling to get that. Why? Because we neglected this source which is there.
Mm.
In Kannada, there's a there's one proverb, "Hitli gida madhala."
But
It means, see, whatever we have around us, we don't
yeah,
respect that, we don't
we don't
regard
have.
that. Like that rainwater, earlier people used to collect that and use. If you go to Rajasthan, almost every house has a traditional rainwater harvesting system. And rainwater harvesting is what? As simple as there's roof water which flows down through some pipe. Keep a bucket below that and collect it. That's rainwater harvesting. If somebody thinks that rainwater harvesting is so complicated, forget it, throw it out of the window. It's just as simple as keep a bucket below the downwater pipe which carries rainwater from your building, collect it. You need to filter that because in the modern days we have the buildings coming up, lot of roads, lot of dust, building activity,
Correct.
bird droppings. So the dust, bird droppings, leaf litter, and all on the roof which is there, which need to be separated. For that, there are some filters and all that. This is all the rainwater harvesting which I looked into. And then last 100 years daily rainfall data, I started looking into the Bangalore's. Then I
Okay.
found out uh, any family, independent family living on an independent site definitely can live 100% on rainwater. And I proved
Wow.
it. This is the 28th year in my house. We are using 100% rainwater, including drinking water, and all our needs are met. And we never
Wow.
had water shortage. That's the real proof of living with nature and respecting water.
Beautiful. Very, very, very well said. And by this, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back again. एंड दर्शकों को बताऊं कि भाई अगर अभी अभी ज्वाइन किया है, आज हमारे बीच AR शिव कुमार जी जो है इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ साइंस से ग्रेजुएट होके एक साइंटिस्ट है वहाँ पे, एंड ही हैज़ बीन टू मैनी 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 नेचर यूज्ड जो कंजर्वेशन या एनर्जी हो या उसको डिफरेंट तरह से यूज़ करने का जो टेक्निक्स जो हो उसमें हमारे उन्होंने काफ़ी सारे क्या बोल सकते हैं रिसर्च किए हैं और करते आ रहे हैं, एंड नाउ ही इज़ फोकसिंग ऑन हाउ वी कैन यूज़ the rainwater, catch the rainwater and use it in our daily routine life, because water is very very important for sustainability. चलिए एक छोटा सा ब्रेक लेते हैं, then we'll be right back.
ये पानी जिंदगानी, ये पानी जिंदगानी, रखना संभाल के धरती का पानी, ये पानी जिंदगानी, ये पानी जिंदगानी, रखना संभाल के धरती का पानी। हरे भरे जो पेड़ हों तो अच्छा लगता है, धूप गर्मियों में भी ठंडा लगता है। हरे भरे जो पेड़ हों तो अच्छा लगता है, धूप गर्मियों में भी ठंडा लगता है। खुद को बचाना है तो ना करे नादानी, पानी जिंदगानी, ये पानी जिंदगानी, रखना संभाल के धरती का पानी, रखना संभाल के धरती का पानी।
नमस्कार सभी दर्शकों को राजीव कुलकर्णी का प्यार भरा स्वागत भारत अन्वेषण में। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वाचिंग भारत अन्वेषण। आपका अमूल्य समय दे के ये कार्यक्रम देख रहे हैं, इसलिए थैंक यू थैंक यू थैंक यू। चलिए, आज हमारे बीच जो है बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट गेस्ट है, जो पानी को कैसे कैच करके उसको इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं हमारे डे टू डे लाइफ में। ही इज़ बीइंग कॉल्ड एज अ रेन कैचर। हाँ जी, ये बेंगलोर से है मिस्टर AR शिव कुमार, जो एक साइंटिस्ट है इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ साइंस से, and he continues to work on many research things including the rain water harvest. उन्होंने अभी अभी बताया कि रेन वाटर हार्वेस्ट कुछ ज़्यादा बड़ा टेक्नोलॉजी वाला काम नहीं है। यू whenever it rains just catch it by using a bucket, but you have to filter. हाँ, फिल्टर का एक छोटा मोटा टेक्निक है which you have to use, और वो बताएंगे कि भाई वो फिल्टर भी कहाँ कैसे हम लोग इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, हाउ वी कैन यूज इट एंड make use of this water. Welcome back, Mr. Shiv Kumar, and it's so nice to know about your achievements. And like I was mentioning jokingly that you should have Dashavataram to manage so many resources which nature gives us, and put it in use in our day-to-day life, and how beautiful the environment can be. And we can get rid of the pollution, we can get rid of these water pollution as well. We can get rid of we can stop wasting the water and use it in a proper way and put it in use in our day-to-day activity, and which we keep fighting for water. We have political fights, we have day-to-day living our own sustainability fights, like as you rightly mentioned, every house had a bore well. And I remember back when I used to live in India, in Delhi, I used to have the borewell too. And I also remember in our village, the first borewell was brought by us because we didn't have enough rainfall. And that was a different problem. But we had a borewell because what would you do for the agriculture? So, but I think your thought process of catching the rainwater and using it. So on that, I have the next question is, can you have a good reservoir for that? You catch the rainwater, make a good reservoir, and then use it as and when you need. Yeah, okay.
There was a small break in the voice.
Yeah.
You see, rainwater harvesting, basically, there are two things which we should understand. One is collect the water and directly use it. And that is,
Okay.
there is a process of filtration required. That is to separate the dust, bird droppings, and such kind of undesirable matter from the roof. Simple
Right.
filters are available in the market, and we can use that. I also have developed one filter, which is already in the market. There are few patents, and this is one of the patents which I have, and it's been manufactured and used in India and even exported and all that.
Wow.
That's the collection and use. That's the simplest way of collecting. To give you the number, Bangalore receives around 70 rainy days.
Okay.
There are 70 rainy days in a year. And then if you collect that water and store it in a tank, you can use it for the entire year if you have a bigger plot of around 40 feet by 60 feet or 2,400 square feet. But unfortunately, many people may not have either a big house or a single house or enough roof to collect. At the same time, they may not have space to store. You don't need to store nearly around 2,23,000 liters of water, what we get, because rain comes in 70 installments, 60, 70 installments.
Yeah, that
So
is
you
true.
need to store in a smaller tank, sizable. a tank,
Yeah.
maybe 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 liters, depending on the usage as well as the availability of water from the roof, and then start using. As you start using, the water level goes down, and one more rain, the next rain will start coming and filling the same tank. That's how it's a process where the supply from the rain and the usage for you get balanced. And there is an app which we have developed, and UNESCO requested me to develop an app. There is an app which is available on the mobile as well as in the website. You just click on that, you get all the information which is tailor made, site specific rainwater harvesting system designed for your house, wherever, whichever city you are in India. We
Wow.
have chosen 580 cities and towns of India, and taking the local rainfall data, the soil structure, and various other parameters, including the vendors who are selling the equipments, plus the agencies which have been trained or which are expert people available in that site or the town or city. This is in the web that web link. That's the app which we have developed through
Hmm.
the UNESCO support. This
So
is
what is this app
harvesting.
called?
This is called. I will give you the web link in the
Okay.
last, so that
Sure,
people
sure.
will note down and make
Yeah, yeah.
this one.
Sure, sure,
Okay.
sure. Okay.
This is called direct collection and use. But
Okay.
many a time you cannot collect all the water. At the same
Hmm.
time, you need to see that the cost comes down. For that, what you need to do is depend on Mother Earth.
Hmm.
Mother Earth is the biggest tank we can store, and it's the cheapest way to store. So
Yes.
that's called groundwater. So the
Right.
groundwater which is already there, you have started using it through borewell, but you never even thought to recharge it back, because
Right.
nobody manufactures water underground. So whatever water which you are drawing need to be replenished by rain. So if your tank overflows, whatever the rainwater which you have collected need to be put back into soil or to the ground, so that
Hmm.
whatever which we are withdrawing and get replenished. That's called
Hmm.
groundwater recharge. So that's the simplest and the cheapest way to do that, and then collect it whenever there is no rain. That's how we can use both groundwater as well as your stored water to see that you have the benefit of the rainwater to the maximum extent.
Wow. So beautifully you have explained. And this, the technique that you have developed, is it applicable only to the independent houses, or, like if I live in an apartment and which has 100 different apartment, right? It's a huge complex.
Yes.
And can it be implemented in there as well?
Certainly, you see, wherever you are living, whether it's an apartment, individual home, or a group housing system, or a villa,
Hmm.
or an industry, or even a hotel, wherever you need to take, you can harvest water. You just need the roof or the collection places like the yard or the open ground. You collect it and then start using it. If you
Wow.
are collecting from the roof, it is the cleanest form of water what you can get,
Right.
compared to the water which is on the surface ground which is flowing. So the filtration is easier if the roof water is there. And if you are collecting from the surface, from the open ground, or from the road, or from the playground, or from the yard, or around your building, like apartments have a lot of open space like parking places and all that, there the filtration system has to be slightly more complex, and you need to take care of what ingredients are which are going. There are thousands of apartments in Bangalore and many other places which have done. See, thinking that in a much larger scenario, a ecosystem has been developed in India now. When I
Hmm.
started nearly around 30 years back about the rainwater harvesting, hardly people were even aware of what is rainwater harvesting, how we can implement or integrate into your building, whether we can do it like how you asked, whether it's an apartment or any other.
Yeah.
Yeah. We started working on that and then built the total ecosystem for that.
Okay.
In that ecosystem, what we did was, we chose architects, engineers, building contractors, and plumbing contractors, and started training them to see that they get specialized, because they are the people who are the warriors who are going to implement this in either an apartment or in an individual building. So people can approach them and then do that, and their names and addresses were publicized in Bangalore and other places. To demonstrate all this, we had a very good novel concept to build theme parks, rainwater harvesting theme parks.
Theme
So the
parks. Okay.
first rainwater harvesting theme park I established in Jayanagar, Bangalore, which
Oh, is
became
that
very
okay?
famous. Yes, even the parliamentary board came. The parliamentarians, a huge team came and appreciated. They said that this is something which has gone a very long way, and we got a national award for that. One of the best way to see that the people seeing and believing all varieties of nearly around 40 varieties of rainwater harvesting, groundwater recharge, water conservation measures, how we can reuse water, how a dead borewell can be recharged and then you get water back in that borewell. Such kind of techniques were demonstrated, including if you want to build a new layout by a urban body like the municipality or a city corporation, how we have to plan the new layouts and how to harvest water from that layout, how it can become more sustainable. Such kind of
Hmm.
demonstrative models were built there, and training programs were conducted. It's in Jayanagar. And after that, we built two more. I planned for Hyderabad, Telangana state. In Jubilee Hills, we have one of the most modern rainwater harvesting theme park. The
Wow.
third one has come up in Indira Nagar in Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh. Like that, there are
Wow.
many theme parks which have come up. So the entire country, the ecosystem has built. One is seeing is believing. People can go and see what is rainwater
Yeah.
harvesting, how they can
Right.
build in their house or any other place. Second
Okay.
one is it becomes a resource center where the plumbing contractors, architects, engineers can be trained by an expert who is there in that place.
Yeah.
Third one is we
Hmm.
supported manufacturers of filters, rainwater harvesting equipments, all these from the commercial level to the individual information system we built. Now the India has full ecosystem, and Water Resource Ministry has given a lot of importance for this rainwater harvesting, groundwater recharge, and sustainable planning for water requirements, both in urban and rural areas.
Excellent work, Shivkumar sir. Because now these theme work, what you have, theme park that you have
Yeah.
developed in each different cities, how impactful it is to the people. I mean, people are making use of it.
And they're overflowing. In fact, if you see
Okay.
any of these theme parks, you can walk into either
Yeah.
Hyderabad, Kanpur, or Bangalore. Every day there is a list of either school or college children coming there, school children coming there,
Okay.
or a corporate house bringing all their employees to showcase that. Defense establishments and architects bring their engineers and all that. Every day there are some activities like demonstrations and with timeline, like every week or every fortnight we have a training program or an awareness camp inside which is organized.
Oh,
So this has become the attractive nodal center where
sure.
information is available free, and the government or the water board has invested and to showcase that board get benefited because a sustainable ecosystem to harvest water, use the city water, such kind of system has been built in the city or the towns. So the win-win situation for everyone. And more
Excellent.
than in Bangalore alone, more than 2,860 plumbing contractors are happily installing rainwater harvesting. They are the warriors, and they have got huge work, and nearly around 3 lakh recharge wells have been built in Bangalore. So
Wow.
millions of liters of water, which otherwise would go in the stormwater drain, goes to the ground, and the
Sure.
bore wells which were dry have started yielding back water.
No, that's very impressive numbers, I would say. And definitely next time when I'm in Bangalore, early part of next year, I would love to visit Jayanagar theme park.
Theme.
And yeah, because that's the place I normally stay in Jayanagar. So I didn't know, as of now I know you, and now I know this theme park. Definitely meeting you and meeting, I mean, seeing those, it would be really, really, I would say, impressive to watch and, learn how it happens. So the rainfall that we have in Bangalore and Delhi and these big cities, is that adequate enough to catch the water, the quantity and for the use? for the cities?
If you say, if you absolute numbers, if you take,
Hmm.
the urban cities have really got crowded. You take Delhi or Bangalore, their carrying capacity for any resource is stripped outside numbers, and then it cannot be managed with only either rainwater
Mm.
or all other resources. It has to come from outside. But
Okay.
nevertheless, if you harvest that, Bangalore nearly around 30 to 40% or even 50% of the city's requirement can be met from rainwater harvesting and conservation measures. Rainwater
Wow.
harvesting is not only using rainwater, also to recharge groundwater and start withdrawing. It can make a big impact. The stress on the traditional conventional water supply will definitely come down, and you will have definitely plenty of water which can be sustainably used. Whether you take Delhi, Bangalore, or any part of India,
The big
we
cities,
have
yeah.
varying rainfalls in different cities. Depending on that, we should plan to see that how we can conserve this water.
ओह फैंटास्टिक। दर्शकों को बताऊं कि शिव कुमार जी ने पिछले 25+ ईयर से वाटर बिल नहीं भरा है। तो उसका रीज़न तो अभी ऑलरेडी पता है आपको क्यों नहीं भरा है, लेकिन उसके बारे में और बातें करेंगे एक और छोटा सा ब्रेक के बाद।
सोचो तो क्यों है आज सहम सहम पानी, ये चुपचाप पानी क्यों? चलो बदल दे ये कहानी कहानी, बचा ले निशानी हम। पूछेगी धरती तब कहाँ थे तुम, नदी रो रही थी तब कहाँ थे तुम। स्वच्छता और पानी, हमको बचानी है ये जिंदगानी। सोचो तो क्यों है आज सहमा सहमा पानी, ये चुपचाप पानी क्यों? चलो बदल दे ये कहानी कहानी, बचा ले निशानी हम। पूछेगी धरती तब कहाँ थे तुम, नदी रो रही थी तब कहाँ थे तुम। स्वच्छता और पानी, हमको बचानी है ये जिंदगानी। है कब से नाराज गुस्सा गुस्सा पानी, ये क्यों उदास पानी क्यों? चलो बदल दे ये कहानी कहानी, बचा ले निशानी हम। पूछेगी धरती तब कहाँ थे तुम, नदी रो रही थी तब कहाँ थे तुम। स्वच्छता और पानी, हमको बचानी है ये जिंदगानी। Drip, drip, drop, drip, drop, drippity drop, drip, drop, drip, drip, drop, drip, drop, drippity drop। चलो बचा ले ये धरोहर पुरानी, ये तेरा मेरा पानी। Drip, drop, drippity drop। चलो बदल दे ये कहानी कहानी, बचा ले निशानी। Drip, drop, drippity drop। पूछेगी धरती तब कहाँ थे तुम, नदी रो रही थी तब कहाँ थे तुम। स्वच्छता और पानी, हमको बचानी है ये जिंदगानी। पानी, स्वच्छता और पानी, पानी पानी, हमको बचानी है ये जिंदगानी।
नमस्कार सभी दर्शकों को। अभी अभी अगर आपने लॉग इन किया है, वेलकम टू भारत अन्वेषण। आज हमारे बीच बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट गेस्ट है ए आर शिव कुमार जी, जो बेंगलोर से हेल करते हैं। एंड ही हैज़ बीन वर्किंग ऑन वेरियस नेचर बेस्ड कंजर्विंग एनर्जी हुआ या उसको यूज़ करने का, जो नेचर के जो रिसोर्सेस अवेलेबल है उनको यूज़ करके जैसे हमारे डे टू डे लाइफ में इम्प्लीमेंट हो सकता है, वो उसके ऊपर बहुत सारे रिसर्च काम किए हैं। और उसके अलावा अभी हाल ही में नहीं, बहुत साल से जो वाटर के ऊपर उन्होंने काफ़ी काम किया है। और बहुत सारे थीम पार्क जो है डिफरेंट सिटीज़ में, जो इंडिया में रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग के नाम से थीम पार्क जो उन्होंने बनाया है, ताकि लोगों को अवेयर हो जाए कि भाई पानी, जो बारिश से जो पानी गिरती है उसको कैसे कंजर्व किया जाता है, कंजर्व करके उसको फिल्ट्रेशन प्रोसेस से उसको हम लोग इस्तेमाल कैसे किया जा सकता है। तो इससे क्या होता है कि जो प्रेशर है आप हमारे जो नॉर्मल नागरिक के ऊपर, जो इंडिया में बिकॉज ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन इज सो थिक, इतना ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन है और पानी की बहुत ज़रूरत है, और पानी की हमेशा शॉर्टेज रहता है। वेदर इट कैन बी समटाइम्स रेन वाटर नहीं हो सकता है, तो देन व्हाट यू डू, यू नीड टू हैव ए रिजर्वायर, यू नीड टू हैव सम काइंड ऑफ ए स्टोरेज। तो कहाँ से होएगा स्टोरेज? जब रेन होता है तो उसको वेस्ट मत करिए, दैट इज हिज पॉइंट। डोंट वेस्ट द रेन वाटर, कंजर्व इट, यू स्टोर इट एंड देन यू फिल्टर इट एंड देन यू यूज इट, ताकि वो सस्टेनेबल होते हुए हमको वो पानी इस्तेमाल हम लोग कर सकते हैं। वेलकम बैक शिव कुमार जी, आफ्टर दिस स्मॉल ब्रेक। एंड yes, you were mentioning about actually I was mentioning that to the audience that Shiv Kumar ji didn't pay a water bill for the last 25 plus years. So now natural that he has caught that rainwater and then he has used that rainwater in his day-to-day activity. So when you brought this particular technique and then when you presented it to your, maybe the authorities or your people, that you invented this, kind of process, how was the reaction?
In fact, unless you demonstrate, people will not believe. You need to prove it. Nearly for 8 to 10 years, I proved in my house that we can use rainwater for drinking to all other purpose, harvest it, store it. And people had a lot of misconception about water, whether this rainwater, whether we can use it or not, whether it's of good quality. And then I said that whatever the quality of all other water is inferior compared to rainwater, because that's the primary source. Secondly, can we store it and use it? People have the habit of collecting today's water, and yesterday they had collected me, they throw that, telling that it's old water. There is nothing like old water and new water. All these things I started demystifying this and then demonstrated these things, and people started looking this as one of the resources. In fact, I got very good support from both my organization, Karnataka State Council for Science and Technology in the Indian Institute of Science campus, Government
Very
of
nice.
Karnataka, and the Water Board of Bangalore, which took a very bold step. The first rainwater harvesting theme park was built by this water board.
Wow.
I gave the full technology for that and planned it, and we built. And we said that not only bringing these techniques to the public and demonstrating, we should make a policy, otherwise people will not accept.
Yeah.
People will start neighbor do first and later I will do. If it is successful, I am happy. Otherwise, if it is a failure, let me see for my mistake. So then I said, no, we should see that the people and the price for water is very low. The cost of water or the whatever the bill what you pay is far lower, because it's highly subsidized and there is no actual cost of water. It's only the electricity cost plus the management of the water boards which is being charged.
Right.
So then we said that no, there should be real cost. For that, people should understand. They should invest and then start building rainwater harvesting systems. And it's as simple as we demonstrate here in our theme parks and in our training programs, and all the plumbing contractors, architects, engineers, they became well versed with this, and then it became integral part of the house. Now there is a law. First time in the country, it came in Chennai,
Okay.
Chennai, India. 2002, at that time, Ms. Jayalalitha was the chief minister. She made it compulsory for every building to harvest water. Then it came in many other cities, including Bangalore. But in the first time in the entire country, Bangalore became one of the most scientifically developed policy to harvest rainwater and to see that people get all the benefits like trained plumbing contractors, good techniques, scientifically developed site specific interventions. All this we did. Now there's a very good ecosystem built not only in Bangalore, various other cities which are site specific to that area, how much rainfall that city or town gets, what is the soil structure, and what are the traditional practices. We can't move away from our traditional practices.
Correct.
If we are storing water, that's the way people are used to it. That's how they should store and use. And the way they wash their utensils, use water, all these things you consider and blend your system into that. That's how we started integrating this rainwater harvesting and the new concepts of filtration, groundwater recharge. All this, though they are new techniques, we said that no, they are not complicated. There is a way more, some of the scientists and others will glorify these techniques and say that this is very complex. We went in the opposite direction. We say that these complex things are very simple and you can do it in your house. It's as
Yeah.
simple as doing yourself, do it yourself. That's how we demonstrated and became very popular. People started accepting it. And in many cities and towns and villages, people have started building rainwater harvesting system on their own. That's how in
Wow.
my YouTube and other things you can see that there are so many do-it-yourself DIY for
Yeah.
rainwater harvesting
Yeah.
techniques have been explained, and starting from small individual homes like my house to the city level. Now a new layout which is coming up in Bangalore will have rainwater harvesting built into the planning level itself. Every
Wow.
stormwater drain will have a trench which recharges water in front of the houses. That's in the
That's
planning
incredible.
level itself.
That's incredible.
Every park, recreation park, and people who take walk in the morning, those parks are built with rainwater harvesting. They are already rainwater proofed. And Metro Rail
Wow.
Corporation, the entire viaduct, the water is harvested. Bus stops, hospitals, Bangalore airport. Now it has become almost part and parcel of whichever structure or whichever entity you take. Rainwater becomes part and parcel to harvest, conserve, and respect this water for our future.
Beautiful. It's so encouraging to hear all these inspiring, I think, methods and also inspiring statements that how this is being implemented in the layouts itself. For the new Bangalore layouts, right? That's really incredible. I think it's all due to the invention that you have brought in, and that's the initiative that you took to implement that, and hats off to you, sir, and it's a really commendable job, I would say. And so दर्शकों को ये बताऊं कि भाई definitely now you don't get upset if it rains. Be happy that if it rains, you are there to collect some water and try to use that छोटे मात्रा में सही. You don't have to have so many tons of cubic sacks of water stored in your tank or so and so forth. थोड़ा सा स्टोर करो जितना आपको यूज करना है, that you can use it for at least few days, and then that way you have used the nature resource yourself. And definitely शिव कुमार जी का जो आइडियाज है वो एटलीस्ट this way will start promoting and getting spread to house to house, so that everybody gets used to this rain water harvest system. Sir, with that said, wanted to check with you that if somebody wants to get more information on the app or the web link or anything, can you tell it to our viewers?
The rainwater app is called RWH, Rainwater Harvesting. RWH, lowercase, hyphen, uh, uh, RWH, hyphen, I will give you.
Yeah, sure.
Advisor, ADVISOR.in.
Okay.
rwh-advisor.in.
Dot in.
If you get
Okay.
into that, the app will give you all the information. And then
Okay.
there are blogs. The simplest way is Rainman Shivkumar. If you just Google it, you have a lot of this app,
Information there. Okay.
my blog, as well as the channels of various DIY YouTube links. All this will get Rainman Shivkumar will take care of all that.
Yeah. In
But
fact,
one thing I need to tell you,
yeah.
sorry,
Please do. Please do. Please do.
it's not one man's effort.
Yeah.
I have so many colleagues of mine, the scientists and the
Sure.
Bangalore government department officers, the IAS officers, and so many people. They all join hands to see that such kind of ecosystem on rainwater harvesting is built. There's an army of people who are plumbing contractors, architects, and engineers who made this happen, and the people who are working in the field who have built those millions of either the structures of rainwater harvesting, groundwater recharge, they are the warriors. So
Sure.
I'm only instrumental in bringing in small techniques and showing it. It's very simple, don't worry, you can do it yourself, like that. So uh, the credit goes to a lot of people, and
Absolutely.
the biggest credit should go to the person who has done it. There are more than 300,000 people in Bangalore, homes have
They have
installed
done it.
rainwater. The credit should go
Yes.
to them. They have done it.
Absolutely. Salute to, first of all, salute to you, definitely, and to the institution and the government officers that they have supported you to bring it to the level that they wanted that to be. Then, as you rightly mentioned, there are a lot of scientists, there are a lot of officers, there are a lot of plumbing people, there are a lot of the structural people and the implementing people who are involved. उनको definitely बहुत salute and a lot of thanks to them, I would say. And as you rightly mentioned, the consumers who have installed, who have started using it, who have started implementing this rain water harvest, definitely congratulations to them and thank you to them too, that they are making the best use of the nature resource. Sir, I want to talk so many things with you, but of course, we are almost now 2 minutes past our time. So, with that said, first of all, I definitely, again, I want to thank you for your valuable inputs, valuable time, and definitely next time in Bangalore, I would like to, meet you in person with our Bharat Anveshan team, and just to say hello to you. It would be our honor, our pleasure to meet and see the person, in person. So, who has, instrumental in bringing this RWH into effect. And it would be definitely, I will be also visiting Jayanagar theme park, so that that would also, help us to understand much better the work in flow. So it would definitely appeal. So thank you so very much for coming on our show, and thank you definitely Purvi for referring Mr. Shivkumar to the show, and thank you Sandeep Sadanandappa for supporting. Sir, any few message from you to our audience?
It's a simple message: conserve water, harvest rainwater, and a host of benefits. In Kannada, I will 2 lines I'll tell which I have written.
Sure.
ಮಳೆ ಆಗುವುದುಂಟು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೂ, ಮಳೆ ಆಗುವುದುಂಟು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೂ, ನೀ ಮಾಡದರ ನಂಟು, ಮುಂದಾಗುವುದದು ನಮಗೆ ಗಂಟು.
अरे वाह,
Thank you.
वेरी वेल
Thank you.
सर, थैंक यू सो
Thank you.
वेरी मच. सो सभी दर्शकों को बताऊं कि आज का एपिसोड हम लोग यहीं पे साइन ऑफ करते हैं. आपका दोस्त राजीव कुलकर्णी फिर एक बार अगले संडे एक और इंटरेस्टिंग एपिसोड लेके आ रहे हैं. तो डेफिनेटली हमारे साथ बन के रहिएगा और भारत अन्वेषण हमेशा देखते रहिएगा. दैट वे यू विल हैव मोर एंड मोर इंफॉर्मेटिव सेशंस with people like हमारे शिव कुमार जी। विद दैट सेड, जहां पे भी रहिए तंदुरुस्त रहिए और हंसते रहिए। नमस्कार।
Thank you. Thank you.